Hey there everybody, Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter.
This video is our latest American Idol reaction. We are in, well, we're not in Hawaii, but they're in Hawaii.
I wish I was in Hawaii.
We all wish we were in Hawaii, but nobody is. We're all in our homes, and we are discussing everything that is happening for when the Idols were in Hawaii back in January filming this episode. There's a slight programming change if you haven't heard. Next week, we will have part 2 of the Hawaii performances. It was originally supposed to happen tomorrow, so they're spacing this out. If you're wanting your Arthur Gunn fix, you gotta wait another week. Alas.
You're waiting with me. I wanted my fix.
Yeah, but we have good people tonight. We have Francisco Martin doing probably my favorite performance he has done this season. You have a lot of really good people. I think you've got people like Dwayne Crocker Jr. who sort of stepped it up and really delivered his most memorable performance by far. We have a cliffhanger at the end of this.
Yep, Dillon James. Is he going through? Of course he's
I know.
I mean, come on.
I know. Well, if you guys do like this discussion, remember to give us a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss any other updates. Why don't we start, though, with Francisco, because we're both very high on him after tonight.
I just love him. Not even after tonight. Since the beginning. I just love him. I think I've said it before in other videos, I just really relate to him because I struggle with anxiety and just nervousness, and to see him struggle with that as hard as he has, and to be able to continue to go through this process, and we've seen some of his nerves get the better of him, but he keeps going through. It just feels really inspiring to see that happening. And then you add on top of it, what a voice he's got. And tonight was the absolute best performance. Not just vocally, but you could see that confidence on stage and him working the stage, sort of working the crowd, feeling himself a little bit, which he should. He's just so good. So I absolutely was the performance of the night for me. I love him. And every week he's getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I think he was probably my favorite tonight too, and I think it's the crowd. Honestly, I think it was. For these other performances, he's been in this like weird, rigid sort of, okay, you have to perform in front of these judges who were there, fundamentally they're there to judge you. And now he got to be in front of, like actual normal people and perform and feed off their energy. I think it really helped him. And I think that is something that's going to be a really good sign for him moving forward whenever we get live shows or whatever they do. I mean, as long as there's an audience there, I just think he's going to use this experience and keep honing, because his voice has always been amazing.
Oh man, he's so good.
Yeah, like he's always been a really talented singer. He's got something about him, an innate like ability, and I think now that he's sort of harnessing some of his nerves a little bit better, he is really on an upswing, and he is probably the dark horse, to borrow a name of one of Katy Perry's songs. He is someone who I would be worried about if I'm competing against him down the road.
Yeah, and we even sort of saw Luke being like, that's my guy, that's my bet, that's my horse, basically the same sort of thing. That's what he said. So he seems to be the one that Luke is thinking is going to be the winner of the show. Very well could be. If he keeps bringing performances like this, we're going to see a Francisco win.
I think it is certainly possible. Now, though, I do think he's got some content. He's got some people who are going to be doing battle with him. Arthur we'll talk about next week. I think Dillon James, who closes out this show, provided he makes it into the top 20.
Come on.
All
right.
He's gonna make it there. But I think he was probably my second favorite of the night.
Absolutely. I loved what he did with this Bob Dylan song. The times they are changing. This is a song that can always seem kind of hokey when other people are singing it, because it is Bob Dylan. It is very difficult to sing Bob Dylan and make it your own and not just sound like you're trying to be Bob Dylan. Dillon James did not do that at all. He made this his own. It was so good. And I've been saying this since the beginning, that Dillon James is somebody to look out for. I think he is a full package. Everyone can relate to him. He just is so genuine and likable. His voice is great. He's a good-looking guy. Like, he is. Katie said, you know, oh my God, this guy is a star. Yeah, he is, and I absolutely think we're going to see him in the top 3. That's why I was like, oh, it's a cliffhanger. Is it, guys? Is it?
It's not. You don't need to do this, guy. Just put him through. He's incredibly talented. I think in some cases, having a lot, you know, going through difficult life experience, it can impact you in a negative way when you're on stage. But I think for him, what he has gone through, when you do Bob Dylan, I think you need to have pain. I think you need to understand a lot of different things in life. Yeah. It's sort of like, otherwise you just come across as hollow. I buy into everything that he is singing, and I think I said this before. He just has a very sort of like quintessential Americana style voice where you could see him like running like the world's coolest like old-timey museum that is like somehow also still like really fantastic, and everyone is flocking there because he's such an interesting just individual and performer who's just got an earthiness about him. I really like him. I think he's going to do some really cool stuff because he's not really pigeonholed into any genre.
No, he's not.
The surprise of the night. We got to get to this. I did not think we would be getting Dwayne Crocker Jr. doing Old Town Road in Hawaii tonight. I did not think I would like an American Idol rendition of Old Town Road anywhere near as much as I did. But it was the energy he just brought. Like, he was so much fun to watch do this.
He does, you hit it right there. It's the energy that he has. There's just something about him that when he's performing, you just feel like you want to kind of dance along with him and have that feeling with him. He really, I've heard this song a million times now, and he really did bring something new to this song, and you could feel it on stage and people were feeling it. It was good. I really liked what he did.
I think the thing that helped with me is if this was on last fall, I would have probably, I was so just like numb to Old Town Road last fall. It had been at least 2 weeks since I have heard Old Town Road, and I think because of that, I was able to like rediscover it again with, you know, open eyes and an open heart, and he does it so well. He made it feel special and different to him. I like him. I like his family. I just think
I love his family.
I know.
That's the thing about him, is just he is so likable, and his whole family is so likable, and his voice is great, and I just think he's someone who's so easy to root for.
That's what I like about everybody we're talking about in this video. I think all of them are really, really likable, often for, you know, different reasons. I think with Dwayne, it is, you know, his family, his lightness, his humor. With Just Sam, I think it is it's a lot of bit of her story, but it's also her bravery. She comes out there and does a Spanish language song, and I was just, when she first did this, it's just like, okay, this isn't gonna work. I don't know, I didn't understand why but it was just like, it was like she became she was still herself, but it was just sort of like this interesting out-of-body experience where she was having so much fun, and it was so high energy, and it almost felt like she took a lot of just different vibe from the sunshine and the mood, and it was so cool, and I liked it so much.
She is such a performer. Like, you can just feel it off of her that no matter what she's doing, she is a genuine performer in her heart, in her soul. This performance, like, my mouth was on the floor. And when I looked up, I saw that Katie was standing and her mouth was like, the whole time. I'm like, I feel that, Katie. I feel that. The same thing is happening over here. This performance is just incredible. It was sort of like this cool transformation with Sam, and she just had this different vibe tonight, and every performance she's had has been better and better and better. She's showing that she can do all kinds of different things. Just Sam is somebody who I feel is going to be up there in that sort of top 3 spot, top 5, top 3. She's going to be very, very hard to beat if she continues to be this versatile with her voice, with her performance, with her song choice. I mean, she's just a star.
The thing with Just Sam is, I think she's one of these people who kind of no matter where she places, I actually think she's going to have a chance at success outside of this show.
Yeah.
Because she is so unique and she's got such a cool voice. I already thought she was a contender, but tonight really just like jumped her up another level because so few people on Idol have the confidence to go out there and do something like this.
Yeah, I've never really seen anything like this on a singing show before where it's just kind of like, I don't really even know this language, but I'm singing it anyways. I was just like, what's happening here? And yeah, it could just be that she's like, you know what, I'm going to try something new, or she is just so comfortable performing. She's like, yeah, I woke up and there's a beach beside me, and there's just that feeling of that positivity. Every time she comes on the screen, she just gives me a smile.
I once again, I really like her. And the final person we have here, who I also, spoiler alert, really like, is Jovin. Jovin Webb is, I've said this before, I think people take him for granted.
Yep.
I'm not going to say that You Are the Best Thing. This probably was my favorite song choice that he's done this season, because I feel like there's more stuff that's shown off everything that he can do, but I still think he sang the heck out of this. I like that he had like the guns out when he was meeting the judges, and he just feels very much like a really accomplished like performer who knows who he is and knows what he's doing, and he has such a different vibe than a lot of these other people. He feels so weathered and different.
And his energy is off the charts. Like every time he's on, I feel like my foot tapping. I'm sitting and watching. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to let you dancing. I just really like his energy. He makes me want to get up out of my seat and like just kind of dance around.
Yeah.
And I like that because a lot of times on these shows, you get a lot of sort of the ballads and it's going on and it's great and everything, but you don't get an energy like Jovin. And then you get to know him. It's like, and you see his kid and they're so cute. Like there's so much about him. I really hope he stays around. I know that his voice, there's a lot of people that are in this and his voice is great.
Yeah.
But there are people that have big, huge, crazy voices, but there's something really special about him.
And I think it's just that understanding of who he is, and you don't have a lot of like New Orleans bluesy kind of guys on this season, so I hope he stays for a while. But those are the 5 people who stood out to us tonight on American Idol 18. But who did you guys like the most? Let us know in the comments, and if you do like this discussion, remember to give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store, and we'll see you here next time.